Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to today's unseen video. This is where we round up all the major talking points from social media, and this is the big story of the day. WWE and TNA Wrestling today announce a multi-year partnership aimed at creating unprecedented crossover opportunities between WWE and TNA. They talk about NXT superstars and TNA wrestling stars, and I think that's interesting because they are sort of telling us, don't go expecting CM Punk, don't go expecting John Cena, don't go expecting The Rock and Roman Reigns. This really is an extension of what we saw in 2024, NXT and TNA, but of course this is going to be a multi-year partnership. It means now that we are committed to this, and it means that I think we're going to see the volume turned up. Well, what could that mean? Well, few people speculating, Fade saying, give me Jeff Hardy in the Rumble. And I think there's a really good chance we could get that. Del Boy said it's definitely time for this now. NXT versus TNA in a premium live event. Worlds collide. Like, that is the show a lot of people are hoping to see. NXT versus TNA, and honestly it could be a lot of fun. I think we're going to see more NXT talent go to NXT, maybe NXT talent that's a bit more established. We're going to see probably more TNA talent coming over to NXT, so yeah, lots to this. We've had teasers as well. Word of Wrestling, thank you. Matt Hardy putting out this gif of the Hardy Boys from their WWF WWE days. So we know that they would absolutely love to do more with WWE before their careers come to an end. Here's Xavier. As the very first TNA homegrown talent to find success in WWE, I just think it's funny that no one who came after me had the manners to say thank you as I held the door open for them. So there he is as Consequences Creed from his TNA days. Michin said, sure, Consequences Creed. Thank you, AJ Styles. So Michin is thanking AJ and recognizing AJ as the first TNA homegrown talent to find success. I don't think that's actually true, because Xavier Woods definitely predates AJ Styles. I mean, the New Day was still up and running by the time AJ came in 2016. So, but it's just a bit of shade that's being thrown by Michin there. Matt Hardy continued, look wonderful. So he was very excited. Zachary Wentz said, I do believe that Trey Miguel and I are still the number one contenders for the NXT tag titles, right? So it looks like they've got their sights set on those NXT tag titles again. So Las Vegas Matt, thank you. Eric Young with lots of eyes emojis. So howdy, LFC, thank you. Destin, thank you. Triple H said this is massive news for everyone. WWE, TNA, and most importantly, the fans around the world. This valuable partnership will help prepare both companies for the next generation of this industry. Luxa, thank you, because Santino Morella said this feels so right. Not only that, but this Sunday, TNA, NXT, Genesis. Now, they've slapped the NXT logo on there. I don't know that any NXT talent has been announced for that show, but all of a sudden after this announcement, it feels like some NXT talents are going to make their presence felt. So we will cover this on Sunday. We will do this show on Sunday just to see if anyone does show up and just to see if there is going to be a big launch of like NXT talent. I mean, there could be an invasion. There could be anything, right? I don't know if they're going to use this show as like the launching pads. I mean, they have slapped the NXT logo on there, and in all fairness, they might have only done that just to get a bit more interest, you know? It might be that there's just a video package or something. But listen, we know that we're locked into this partnership for the next few years. I got asked during the member stream, if this is going to be the same as 2024, will we start watching TNA? And my answer was, well, not really, because I don't feel like I missed anything. I don't feel like I missed out by not watching TNA, because the NXT talent that arrived, it was like Brinley Reese, Izzy Dame, and, you know, they would have a match against Jordan Grace and they would lose. If it was going to continue in that vein, I'm all right with not catching that. But I don't know where we're going to go now. I don't know how much bigger we're going to go, because this was a big announcement and it's for a multi-year partnership. So I'm very, very interested to see what we do with it, right? So I'm free on Sunday, so why not? So TNA, NXT, Genesis, check it out. We'll have a chilled stream. I'm certainly not going to be able to tell you loads about the TNA talent. I don't know. If you are a TNA fan, come and join us and you can share your knowledge and try and bring some of us up to speed, because I ain't got a flipping clue. But yeah, I'm interested. Certainly very interested. They slapped that logo on there. Right, Sportskeeda to Finn Balor and Brian Myers playfully addressed their new multi-year partnership between WWE and TNA. So Brian Myers said, hey Finn, are we still going to ride together? And Finn was like, I got the car pulled up at the front door, mate, beep, beep. So I'm guessing they used to ride together when he was obviously in WWE. So just a nice little exchange there between those two. I'm certainly not expecting Finn Balor on Sunday. As we said, I think this is more at the NXT level. Stevie Turner said, please just no Robbie E. Crying emoji. Robbie E, of course, is Mr. Stone, Robert Stone. And there we go, just sharing a picture of Robbie E. So fun little exchange there. And of course, final word can go to Shawn Michaels. He said, the next evolution of an unprecedented partnership. I'm excited for our continued collaboration with TNA and the invaluable opportunities that it presents for the development of the NXT superstars and the TNA wrestling stars. So there we go. That was our top story. Let's go to the PWI, shall we? Because these are pretty big awards. So Pro Wrestling Illustrated is really a very highly regarded wrestling publication. Has been for decades, right? And so when they give out their awards, it is a big deal. So we can actually go through some of them. I don't know that I've got information on all of them, but to be perfectly honest with you, I'm okay with that, because obviously people should buy the magazine. They should download the digital copy and read it for themselves. But there is a lot that has been reported. I did have a look to see if I could find everything that had been reported, and this is everything that I could find. Okay, so Edward, thank you. Kelani Jordan posing with her Rookie of the Year plaque. So Pro Wrestling Illustrated's Rookie of the Year for 2024, Kelani Jordan. Look at Cody. Look at this. So Cody Rhodes has been awarded Wrestler of the Year. I mean, that's the big one. Most Popular Wrestler of the Year and Inspirational Wrestler of the Year. Cody said, I'm blessed, man. Thank you, readers. Now do me a favor. Move those goalposts further back. Let's go. So what he's saying there is, we've smashed it this year, but give me a tougher challenge next year. Make me work even harder for this next year. Move those goalposts back. Really good response there by Cody. Word of Wrestling, shout out to you. Most hated wrestler 2 years running. So it is true. Dirty Dom was the most hated wrestler in 2023, and he picked it up for most hated wrestler in 2024 as well. Look at his reaction. Look at his reaction. Right, we've got some numbers here. So the 2024 PWI Wrestler of the Year, 42% of people said Cody Rhodes. Second was Gunther, 11%. Ospreay was third with 8%. Bryan Danielson, 7%. 32% of the vote. So there was only 32% that was left over, and that was split amongst like Roman Reigns and loads of other people. Cody absolutely dominated the poll. Dominated the poll in this one. Liv Morgan picks up Comeback of the Year. It's Bryn again. Thank you. Toni Storm wins Woman of the Year. Edward, thank you. I'm very pleased about that. I think she really deserves that, so that's great. And here, not as big a win for her. So Toni Storm 25%, Liv Morgan 14%, Rhea Ripley 13%, very close. Jordan Grace 11%, 37% of the vote went to other people like Mercedes Moné, blah 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 blah. But 25%. Toni Storm, so not as big a win as what we saw with Cody, but still a very good win. A good, healthy lead ahead of Liv Morgan. Mustafa Ali is the 2024 PWI Indie Wrestler of the Year. Very good. I actually wouldn't know who to vote for when it comes to that, so that's interesting. Toni Storm won Woman of the Year. Mariah May won Most Improved Wrestler of the Year. So Most Improved, Mariah May. There's the cover. So Pro Wrestling Illustrated says, and new, relive the highs and the lows of 2024 in pro wrestling with our latest issue, featuring our reader-voted PWI awards, the year's top news stories and title changes, dozens of never-seen-before photos, and much more. That looks brilliant. That really looks like an issue that I will probably pick up, to be honest. I love those kind of year in reviews, that kind of a look back. They were amongst my favorite like videotapes. WWE used to do year in reviews. I know that Wrestle with Andy has done some fantastic ones on YouTube as well. Brilliant. And, you know, this publication, a whole year in review. So very, very interesting. That very, very interesting. So that is available now. So, oh, yeah. And I just managed to find Tag Team of the Year. I couldn't find this one, but I did find it. It went to Bianca and Jade. I'll tell you the one I couldn't find. And that was PWI Match of the Year. I couldn't find that. I wonder if has who is Vindictive? Hello. Have they got any more information? Bianca's PWI achievement, lots of stuff to do with Bianca. I just wondered if they might have Match of the Year, Comeback Rookie, Most Improved, Tag Team Woman. Yeah, we had all those. So Rookie of the Year for 2023 was Sol Ruka, apparently this year. Kelani Jordan. Woman of the Year. And what's this? Second and third for Feud of the Year. So what's this? Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley. But what was first? I'm happy for them. Yes. Runner-up Most Improved was Nia and Maxine. Maxine! Oh my God. What was Feud of the Year, though? What was Feud of the Year? Cody. Mercedes lost Comeback of the Year by 1%. Liv Morgan won Comeback of the Year. Jada and Carmen were runners-up for Rookie of the Year. But what's Feud of the Year? Tag Team, second place for Young Bucks. Fraxium, third. Fraxium, I would have thought would have won, actually. Really would have thought they would have won. And that's it, yeah. I don't know, there's some that I can't find, but as I said, I don't mind it, because in my mind, it just gives people a reason to go and actually purchase the issue themselves. So there we go, right? Lovely. Let's come off of PWI then, and let's go over to WWE, because we've got loads of stuff in here. Metal Mama, shout out to you. So what I love about this is Kelly the Wise Lady, she sent us that theory saying that the John 13-7 was on the picture the other day 17 times, and SmackDown is on the 17th. Well, now they've just posted a picture with John 13-7 once, and it is big, and it is in the middle of the picture, and I really feel like this is basically shouting 1 day left to go. I really feel like they're saying just 1 day left. we will see you tomorrow. Like, there is something big coming tomorrow. That's what I'm getting from that, right? Because there's only one, and it's big, and it's in the middle. What it actually means is obviously what it meant before. You do not realize now what I am doing, but later you will understand. So the Wyatt Sicks are saying you won't get this now, but you will understand. So, I mean, obviously there's a lot of concerns, there's a lot of frustration, but they are basically saying there, in my mind, tomorrow, yeah? So we'll have to wait and see what they've got on SmackDown, because obviously we found out on Monday they had been moved to SmackDown. So, Metal Mama, thank you. Right, Charlotte Flair. This was quite interesting. Charlotte Flair with a little video clip. Clearly we're getting closer towards her return. This was only 3 hours ago.
Charlotte, she's selfish. She's just Ric Flair's daughter. She's gonna come back washed. She's not even that good. Oh, she's been handed everything. You're gonna prove them wrong. Ashley, get out of your fucking head. Charlotte, she's selfish.
Wow. So it seems like that is what swirls around in her mind. She sees all of that stuff being said, hears it, and it kind of motivates her, if you will. I like Charlotte. I think that she's very athletic. I think she's been involved in some outstanding matches. You know, when that bell rings, like it did when she faced Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania, you know, that was all Charlotte that put that performance in. That was not Ric Flair. So no doubt Ric Flair helped open doors for her. No doubt about that. But she is one hell of a talent. Can't wait for her to return. So, yeah, I just hope she has a really good year. And that doesn't necessarily mean championships. But, I mean, you know, like Charlotte against Lyra. What a feud that could be. Charlotte against Io. Charlotte against Dakota. Like, there's so many great Charlotte matches. Charlotte against Roxanne Perez, if Roxanne's about to make her way up. Like, so many great matches for Charlotte. It's been a long time since we've seen her as well, so it's going to be good. Right, Nick Khan has announced, and I don't know where this was announced, I'm going to be honest, right? But everyone's telling me Nick Khan has announced it. Big accounts, right? Nick Khan has announced that WWE will have a PLE in Paris, France in 2025. I don't know where that news was communicated, but it has spread. So many people reporting it, so I believe it, but I just couldn't find the source of it. So Nick Khan has announced there'll be another PLE in Paris, and a lot of people excited for that, because I agree, Word Wrestling, I think it's the best crowds. I know we did a lot of international PLEs, and I know there was a lot of great crowds, but I think that French crowd was the best crowds. Christopher, shout out to you. WWE are planning on holding a WrestleMania 41 press conference during the Super Bowl weekend. That would be February 8th, which is crazy because it's only like a week after the Rumble, right? In New Orleans, Louisiana. That is the Super Bowl host city this year. So that's coming from WrestleVotes. So that's big news. I thought that was really fun last year as well. So, yeah, bring it. Christopher, Shawn could be on Saturday night's main event. So, again, from WrestleVotes, there are plans for Shawn Michaels to be present and make an appearance at WWE Saturday night's main event in his hometown of San Antonio, Texas, on Saturday, January 25th. That obviously just about a week or so away. It's not this weekend. Next weekend, seems like Shawn Michaels may make an appearance. Yeah, man, this was all drama, wasn't it? I think we've actually got like a separate folder for all of this. So this was one of the toughest decisions I've actually had to make when it's come to should I publish a video or not. There was these allegations doing the rounds about Jey and about Jada, and they were quite speculative. Like, there was sort of evidence, but it might not have been anything. It kind of wasn't concrete enough for it to be something that I would normally associate with. but I saw it starting to emerge, and the video clip had been viewed 250,000 times. Jey Uso was starting to trend, and America was not awake. So I knew as soon as America woke up, they would then have their say on the situation as well. So I was really divided. I genuinely didn't know, should I make a video on it? I was never going to do a video, but should I do a short, or should I just leave it and see how it plays out? And I'm trying to be a little bit more positive this year, a bit more forward thinking, pushing myself a little bit more. So I did the short on it. Didn't feel brilliant about it. I didn't know. I wasn't sure, but I did it. And it's been quite interesting, actually, because we are now seeing wrestlers coming out talking about it. One of them is Grayson, because he was in that video clip. If you saw the short, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you haven't seen the short, don't worry. We're going to get to it. It's got its own folder. Okay, so we're going to get to it. But Grayson said, before these rumors get too wild, I'm just going to address them. Yes. That is me drinking from a shoe in the video. It's a cultural tradition, and I won't hear a bad word said about it. Now, it is true. It looks like Grayson is at the front of the video drinking out of a shoe. That clearly is not what anyone is massively focused on. They're more focused on what's happening in the background of the video, involving Jaida Parker and potentially Jey Uso. I should say potentially Jaida Parker, because we don't know it's her. Potentially Jaida Parker, potentially Jey Uso. Don't worry, we're going to get to it. Toni said, thank you for the clarification, Grayson. Yeah, Bob Uecker. Wow, what a legend. Triple H said, one of the most entertaining voices ever and an even better person. Rest in peace to a WWE legend, Hall of Famer, and a great friend. So, of course, he made an appearance at WrestleMania. I believe he was the person that Andre throttled famously. And, yeah, I mean, that clip has just gone into the kind of Hall of Fame, if you will, of wrestling clips. So sadly passing away, I believe, today. Yeah, passed away today at the age of 90. Triple H just putting a little message out. Oh, yeah, this is interesting. So do you remember we looked yesterday at the fact that C Nation had been copyrighted, trademarked, yeah? Well, not only have they done that, they've done the game. They've done Lashing Out with Lash Legend, which was her old talk show. So it looks like that might be brought back. Brooks Jensen, Malik Blades, Sam Stoker. Now, Cal says Sam Stoker is one of Pretty Deadly's real names. So I don't know why they have filed a trademark for the real name of one of Pretty Deadly. It's very strange. That one is very strange. But yeah, these kind of make sense. There's nothing there. I mean, that's quite exciting because that means Lash Legend might get her own talk show again. But the Sam Stoker one is very strange. But again, just something to be aware of. Okay, WWE is planning on a different approach for the Hall of Fame ceremony after fans walked out last year. You might remember that I think they did Paul Heyman first, and then really after that, he was the headliner. People started walking out throughout the ceremony, and WWE weren't happy with that. No word on what they're changing, how they're changing, or anything like that, but they are going to change the setup for the Hall of Fame ceremony. It might change what day it's on, what time it's on. I don't know what they're going to change, but I mean, the fact that it airs after SmackDown is not ideal because, of course, people are tired and they need to go and get trains and all this. And you know that those speeches go on a bit. So it'd be very interesting to see what those changes are. There's no detail on that. Luxa, thank you. Cal, appreciate it. Well, duh. So here, look, PW Torch. There are influential people in WWE who are big fans of Malakai Black and see him as a possible top singles act in the company. So there we go, a top act. That's how influential people see him. Some influential people see him as not just being someone they'd be interested in getting, but someone who could be a top singles act in the company. Yeah, this is interesting. Let's go big on this, shall we? So here, this is coming from Lucha Libre Online. Lucha Libre Online reports that there are several AEW talents who do not feel comfortable with their role in the company. These talents did not consider nor dare to explore WWE as a real alternative due to the feeling of uncertainty of being lost in the monster system that is WWE. Others because they did not have the TV time and the prominence on the roster that they would have wanted within their past stay in WWE. However, after seeing Penta's debut in WWE, that feeling of uncertainty is gone. Those talents understand that having AEW on their resume becomes a strength and a negotiation chip that they can use to their advantage. With two of said talents confirming that they would explore free agency in 2025, specifically with WWE. Talent now feel more secure and confident in achieving success in WWE due to Triple H taking over, the change in culture, and the range of opportunities presented to talent who have left AEW for WWE. So it seems like this is not going unnoticed. You know, we brought in Ethan Page. He's being booked really well in NXT. We've brought in Lexis King. He's being used and booked really well in NXT. We've brought over Penta. Massive debut for him. Cody, who was amongst one of the first to come over, couldn't have been booked much better. Yeah, current champion, main evented the past two WrestleManias. Amazing. Jade Cargill. Look at how she's been presented. So if WWE like you, and they think they can get some out of you, like maybe Malakai Black, having AEW on your resume is not a negative. It's actually a strength. It's a positive. Because I think WWE are really enjoying this narrative of Toni can't book. Toni wasted these talents. Look how they're being used in WWE. Toni doesn't know what he's got. And I kind of feel like WWE are getting a kick out of feeding that. And I'm not saying that's the only reason they're pushing these people. Clearly they're all talented, right? So it's, you know, they deserve it, but it doesn't hurt WWE to drive that narrative as well, you know? It's a bonus ball, if you will. So, yeah, it seems like there's plenty of talent that are interested in exploring opportunities when they're contracts come up. So that coming from Lucha Libre News, Lucha Libre Online, who have got just shy of 77,000 followers. Okay, Wrestling Rian said, apologies if this was noticed, but on the X page, we now have macrothumia. It's got Greek roots, and it means patience, endurance, constance and steadfastness. So it does look like it's changed, and I've actually had a few people getting in touch saying, is that new? And yes, we believe it is new. And again, look at what it means. It means patience, endurance. I think they can see, I think Rob Fee can see the frustration that is out there. And I wonder if part of this is that, you know, we know that plans change. I wonder if they're still trying to figure out and debate what the rosters should be going forwards. It might be that they didn't plan on the Wyatt Sicks going to SmackDown. And I know people are going to say, but the Plutos were in the background. I don't think that's connected personally. If you believe it is, that's fine. But I don't think that's connected. I think like they kept popping up behind women's tag teams. Like, there was a whole theory at the time about it being about tag teams. I don't really see why the Wyatt Sicks would be teasing about coming over to SmackDown. And certainly when they haven't even finished the feud with Final Testament. everything seems to be pointing towards this not being a very well constructed creative. Everything at the moment is pointing towards this not being like all the pieces quite fitting together, which is why I just don't buy why they would be teasing it months and months and months and months ago, right, about going to SmackDown. So I think, look, they're saying be patient. Yeah, endurance, patience, steadfastness. Just watch. And I do wonder if, like, the reason they're coming out with this message is because in real life, things haven't quite gone the way that they were expecting them to go. The group's maybe been moved when they weren't thinking they were going to be moved. And so it's kicked up the dust. They know it's caused drama. And they're just saying, look, just be patient with us right now. We're going to get back on track, right? But let's just do this move and everything first. I wonder if it's something like that. We're going to have to wait and see, and we don't have to wait long. I really am expecting something from them on SmackDown. Right, Logan addresses his potential fight against Connor McGregor. He has basically said that he is down for it, but Connor has got to get permission. Connor needs to ask Dana if, like, for anything. It seems like he can't sneeze without getting permission from Dana White. So he's like, if we can do it, I'm down for doing it. If WWE want me instead, they're going to need to come up with the 250 odd million I've been offered for this fight. So Logan has been offered serious money to do this fight with Connor, and he basically said if Nick Khan wants to keep me in WWE, they'll have to just match that offer. So it seems like Logan is very focused on still doing this fight. It seems like the issue isn't so much Logan, it's about Connor getting the permission from UFC to be able to do it. Right, Triple H teasing a Bad Bunny return. Triple H said, congrats on the new album. After listening, he hasn't listened. I can see it clearly. New tracks echoing through the stadium whilst you make your way down the aisle and to the ring. Epic. Talk soon. Don't forget about us, please, Bad Bunny. You're one of the biggest musicians in the world. We love you. Oh my God, Triple H. Like, how desperate can you come across? You've not forgot about me, have you? I've been texting you every day, but you've not text back. Have you changed your number? I'll come round if you need me to. Oh my God. We're getting a real glimpse as to what Triple H is like as a person. Clingy, a little bit desperate. He doesn't love you, bro. He doesn't love you. Right, Robert Stone said, you're welcome. The champ asked for it, and the champ gets it. Oba Femi will defend his NXT championship against Eddy Thorpe. And there we go. Robert Stone said, you're welcome, champ. So I don't think this was confirmed on NXT. It's been confirmed 7 hours ago. That's happening next week. Oba Femi defends his title against Eddy Thorpe. Right, and this, I just thought this was interesting. Paul Heyman was asked about how he would book Logan, and he went, well, my answer is I wouldn't just book him for 2025. My question would be, who is Logan's opponent for WrestleMania 42? And more importantly, who is Logan's opponent for WrestleMania 43? And if we're just looking at who his opponent is for 41 or 42, then we're narrow casting here. It's just a glimpse, innit, into what it's like being like a creative mind like Paul Heyman. He's basically saying, you know, what's the long-term plan? How does this all fit into the long-term plan? If I was booking Logan, I'd want to know who's he facing at 43 and work my way backwards. Very interesting. Okay, so that was the WWE folder. It's just so much stuff, man. So much stuff. Let's go J to J because we teased it. So let's jump into it, right? So it seems like all of this started because of this. So Jada left a like on this post. Now, this is to do with the US House, right? This is to do with, I believe, a form of US government passing a bill that bans transgender athletes from competing in women's and girls' sports at federally funded schools. Okay? So that's the headline, that transgender athletes banned from competing in women's and girls' sports at federally funded schools. Now, obviously, everyone's going to have their own opinion on that, and it seems like Jada's got an opinion because is she like that post? She left a like on it, okay? So she left a like on it. You can see this person refers to it as a transphobic post. That is debatable, right? Because this person says Jada is correct, right? Jada did come out and say, look, don't get anything twisted. I support the LGBTQ community, but I am a woman who also played in D1 sports. And if y'all can't understand that, I don't know what else to tell you. So she came out and spoke about that. Now, she trended as a result of this. And there was a lot of opinion as a result of this, as there is with this topic. So she was trending. And it seems like what's happened is, I don't know if people were sat on this or if they went and found this. The timing is very strange, though, because it came out like not long after she liked that. It sort of feels like maybe this has been rumbling in the background a little bit. There was a video here, okay? And if we actually click on it, I believe this is from Indy Hartwell. You can see there, Indy Hartwell's account. Yeah? Indy Hartwell's account up here. So it's from Indy Hartwell's account. And if we go full screen on it, you can see, and again, this is nothing but allegations and speculation. This is Grayson Waller, and he has come out and confirmed that that is him. We just read the tweet. In the background looks to be Jey Uso, sat next to someone in some tights. These tights are quite distinctive, and the person wearing the tights was running her hand up what looks to be Jay's leg, right? Now, it has been pointed out, maybe the woman was drunk, maybe Jey wasn't trying to cause a scene, maybe he wasn't really into it, but he didn't want to, like, push her away, make her feel bad. Like, I don't know, maybe it's not even Jey. Maybe it's not even Jey, okay? But Grayson has come out and confirmed that's him, and obviously spoken about the whole shoey situation. So, these are the tights, and this is the image of Jada wearing them. You can see kind of how distinctive they are with like roses down the side, right? And there's the person wearing them, and you can see her with her hand on who we think is Jay's leg. I did the short on this. I didn't feel brilliant about it at the time, as I said. It is very speculative. There is a lot of stuff to this, which is like, it's a bit tabloidy, you know? It's a bit tabloidy. I didn't love it. I didn't love it. It's one of those where I was like, I just don't know. I don't know if this is what I should be doing or not be doing, right? But anyway, we've heard from Grayson Waller regarding this, and we've got, that's the story basically, right? There is a short video you can watch if you want to see me like looking at the video and watch the moment and everything. We do have Jey commenting on it though. I think I might have put it in other, did I? Jey Uso actually comments here, right? Jay's had enough, said Christopher, right? This man Jey Uso is fed up with the allegations. This was 7 hours ago, okay? Oh man, y'all are funny. Just watch me work. So Jey has seen these allegations. That is his response to them, right? He ain't taking them serious. He's just doing the work, right? So that's the latest. That's all I've seen. A response from Grayson, a response from Jey. I don't think there's been anything from Jaida Parker. We'll have just a quick look to see if Jaida Parker has actually commented. Jaida Parker. I don't know. I don't think she's got... I don't know what her real account is, to be honest. Is it this one? No. It's a fan page. That's a fan page. It's so hard to find people sometimes. Jaida Parker. Is it this one? There's probably a fan page. No, that got 12 followers. Why is it so hard on X to find the actual account? Is it this one? That's got 328 followers. Why is it always so difficult? They could make this process so much easier. It was so much easier when that meant verified and you could actually then find the actual account. Is it my only backup account? Come on. Okay, well, look, I would look to see if Jaida Parker has sent anything. I've certainly not been tagged in anything, but trying to find the real Jaida Parker. is a flipping nightmare. She's one of these, but I'll never find her. I do hate X for that, to be honest. So yeah, that's the latest with the whole Jada Jey situation. Hasn't really developed much. Grayson's made a joke out of it. Jey Uso is ignoring it. Jaida Parker's gone missing, but that's the story with that, right? Let's jump over to Corey, because Corey has obviously got a lot of stuff going on. This is long. I'm going to warn you. This is Dave Meltzer from Wrestling Observer Newsletter, okay? There are reportedly people in WWE that believe Corey Graves was trying to get fired by publicly voicing his frustrations about being removed from the main roster commentary. I'm going to say this is September-ish, maybe early October. I just remember when they first made the announcement and announcing the changes that Pat would be coming back. So basically, when Michael Cole had moved to SmackDown, but it was only going to be temporary, and Joe was starting with Raw, we were told it was only temporary. He was going to get moved to SmackDown. At the time, I was told the Raw announced team in January would be Michael Cole and Pat. SmackDown team, Corey and Joe. So then I'm going to say maybe a couple of weeks ago, not that long ago, I just kind of asked, so is Joe and Corey still going to be the hosts of SmackDown, since that's what I had been told? The answer was to be determined. It's not determined. Now, I guess it was a couple of weeks ago when Corey Graves got word that Wade Barrett was going to replace him on the show. And he wasn't happy. I don't know if he got the word that he was going to start in January in NXT. I don't know the situation there. I just know that when he found out that he was going to be on SmackDown, as he was presumed, or he wasn't going to be on SmackDown, he was genuinely unhappy. Now, why would you go on Twitter and do all this? I can't answer that question. There's people there that think he was trying to get fired, and that's why he did it. If he was trying to get fired, they probably aren't going to fire him, because I don't think they want him going to AEW if they were to give him a release. They could have suspended him, which maybe they've done for all we know. It doesn't have to be announced that they have suspended him. So again, we're just still in the dark around what the truth is with Corey Graves. So that's the latest Corey news to be aware of. Let's go other, shall we? Okay, so Edward, thank you. There is a new trailer for a Roku channel series, What Drives You with John Cena. It features Logan Paul and The Miz, as well as Jelly Roll and Travis Barker. We're not going to bother watching it. Jey Uso we've covered. It's worth mentioning that that person that runs her hand up his leg, we believe, or we think, is Jaida Parker because of the tights. But of course, lots of different people can wear those tights. Could just be a coincidence. But Jey is married. He got married in 2015 to his high school sweetheart. There's a chance it was her. But, you can see why people are asking the question. Let's put it that way, right? This is coming out a little later than I would have liked, but the following list is the WWE superstars with the most Raw main events. Jey Uso was number 1 with 13, Sami Zayn at 2 with 10, Drew McIntyre and Finn Balor were tied in 3rd place with 8. So Jey, Sami, Drew, Finn, Damian, JD McDonough, Seth Rollins, Gunther, Liv Morgan, Shinsuke. These are the people that main evented Raw more than anyone else. Just really interesting news. So Duke's Wrestling, thank you. Oh, I like this. Theatre of Worlds said it's finally completed 201-page project documenting every clue, teaser and code from the Nightbird project. It's my way of honouring Wyndham's legacy. That is amazing. Theatre of Worlds, amazing. And actually what I'm going to do is retweet it. I'll retweet this one actually. So I've just retweeted that. If you go into the comments, you will find this. It's a Google document and it's 200 odd pages with every clue, teaser, code, everything. What an amazing piece of work. So, Theatre of Worlds, shout out to you, my friends. Wrestling World CC said we polled our community and they've got 185,000 followers, right? We polled our community for which of these returns people were most excited for. 69%. Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair 17, Becky Lynch 14. Just a country mile Alexa Bliss. Fade says Penta's merch is flying off the shelves. He is number 1 and number 2 when it comes to items sold or top selling shirts on WWE Shop. So that's great. And then finally, look, the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, just teasing something. He was basically saying, you know, Raw's gone to Netflix. Vince has started up his own production company. What's going to be next for the $1 Million Man? You'll have to just wait and see. And I don't know. It's probably a tease that's going to lead to nothing, but it's just worth being aware of. I wouldn't be shocked to see him on Saturday night's main event. You know, so close to that show. Maybe he gets involved with that. So just something to be aware of. Okay, I think we've got a couple of thanks. We've obviously got the community folder. I just wanted to make sure we've not missed anything. So, Wrestle Night, ordering a couple of Karrion Kross items ready for the Royal Rumble. Very cool. And Jess said, I just watched Unseen, Jess Rogers. My uncle was actually in Superboy years ago. He played Lex Luthor's best friend, Leo. Basically, the show is about Superman, but in his college years. The show ran from 88 to 92. There's only 100 episodes. Lex was an evil Superboy in a hallucination. That is amazing. One of our community members actually, their uncle was in that show. A show I'd not even heard of or didn't even know existed, but it ran from 88 to 92. Not sure that it made it to TV over here. Maybe it did. I never saw any replays or anything. And there was only 100 episodes, but, well, there we go. That's crazy, isn't it? So, thank you, my friends. Right, we do just have thanks, and then we can get out of here. So, it's Brent again. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Master Taker. Appreciate it. Brown666. Thank you, my friend. Wrestling's biggest fan. Thank you, Bradley. Appreciate it, bud. Sweet Chin Wrestling. Thank you, Luxor. Appreciate it. Word of Wrestling. Thank you. We've got Robin. Thank you, my friend. Big Bam. Appreciate it. We've got Kelly the Wise Lady. Thank you. Megan Hall. Thank you. Hieronymus Drake. Thank you, my friend. Casey Jade. Thank you, Robin. Appreciate it. Carl. Appreciate it. Babs the Barbarian. Appreciate it. Wild Child Billy. Thank you, my friend. Lynette. Thank you. Ajax. Thank you, Emmanuel. Appreciate it. Nails and NY. Thank you, my friend. Duke's Wrestling. Thank you. Wrestle Nights. Appreciate it. Jang Tae Sang. Thank you, Bud and Walter J. Appreciate it, my friend. Let's go over to the Wyatts one, because obviously the Wyatts sent this out and I got tagged quite a bit. So Dawson. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Motusmedia.be. Thank you. Dark Necrofear. Thank you. Edward. Appreciate it. Kaylin, thank you. Sam is the leader. Appreciate it. Bia, thank you. Ratchet the Owl, thank you. FGC Dads, shout out to you. TJF 1983, thank you. Wrestling Rianne, thank you. Raymond, appreciate it, buds. Princess Q-Tab Itch, thank you. Kelly the Wise Lady, thank you. Says tomorrow will be good. Casper, appreciate it. Stan Games, appreciate it. Arrows One, thank you. Tubby Pancake, appreciate it. Brandon, thank you, my friend. Ian, thank you. Shay, appreciate it. Bradley, appreciate it. Lynette, appreciate it. Edwards, thank you, my friend. And RMG, shout out to you. Appreciate the support. I will see you tomorrow for our SmackDown stream and, of course, another episode of Unseen. Bye for now.